Hey guys, Mud here, and this is another Federation match against ForeverNeos. So he was off with a Darkrai, and I have my Petunia. And I know that I'm faster, and I'm thinking it's going to set up a Dark Void like every single fucking Darkrai does, so I set up a Substitute, but he goes for the Calm Mind. Which is pretty weird, because it's like Learn to Nasty Plop or whatever, so I get a Leech Seed up on it, so I can continue to sub-stall it, which I can do for about 32, 33 turns-ish, if I'm not mistaken. Which is kinda gay, but I'm just gonna try to do it because that's what I can do. So Dark Pulse obviously breaks my Substitute, and the health that I get back from leftovers and from the Leech Seed is bringing me almost back up to full. It's getting me free Substitutes. So he goes out to a Mewtwo on my Substitute, which I was pretty predictable to do, and he's faster. Obviously, I was thinking maybe people run Modest Mewtwo. No, maybe. So he was faster, he Ice Beams, obviously breaks my Substitute, and I'm able to set up a Leech Seed in case that thing's a Calm Minder, just to wear it down a little faster. So I go out to my Deoxys Defense form, because I know that most Calm Mind Mewtwo's don't have Shadow Ball, and I see it has a Life Orb. That's pretty good to know, and again, with the leftovers and the Leech Seed, I'm almost back up to full. So I'm going to get up a Thunder Wave on the Darkrai, and he switches in, and I'm going to try to get up some Spikes, which I tried to do, but then I kind of switched because I'm scared. And I know that Dialga can take most of Darkrai's hits, even if it's like a +2 Focus Blast, it can pretty much take it if it's at full, because I'm running a pretty fucking bulky EV spread. So he switches out to Mewtwo, I have no idea why, I'm still asleep, and he sets up a Calm Mind. And I know I can live a +1 Aura Sphere, and I'm pretty sure that thing does have Aura Sphere, but he goes for a Focus Blast, and it hits, and I'm thinking maybe I can live this, you know? Maybe, I mean, I'm pretty damn bulky. But he Focus Blast and I die, which kind of surprised me. Oh well, so then I go back out to Metroid, and I know that I can take any hit that thing has, and I set up another Thunder Wave, and he goes out to his Giratina. So I don't know what to expect here, but I know that thing can't directly hurt me much, so I decide to knock off its leftovers, and he sets up a Safeguard, and it's like, lol, too late. And then he goes out to Darkrai while I set up my first layer of Spikes, which is pretty much key to this team because it's got kind of semi-stall Uber's team. And he Dark Pulses, and it does around half. A bit more though, because, you know, Shays beat Metroid. Poor Samus. And then I recover because I know that thing can't one-hit KO me, and I want to get up my Spikes, and I know it's going to get paralyzed eventually, but he gets up a Dark Void. So I should have saved Dialga for here, and the Bad Dreams obviously gives Samus Bad Dreams of naked Darkrai's, and he Calm Minds. I might switch to Lugia, because I know that thing can't hurt me much, and I have Light Screen, and Dark Pulse, even after +1 and the Light Screen, is not going to do much, and I'm able to set up on this thing. So I'm going to Roost, because I know that thing isn't going to do over half to me, and it has to get paralyzed eventually, it has to. Like 25% chance, come on, like I always get paralyzed. Oh well, enough complaining. So I keep on roosting, and he withdraws and goes out to Iron Mass. And on my Roost, and that thing I'm guessing has Toxic, but I don't want to risk it. So here he Thunder Waves while I Whirlwind, and that's good for me because he has Whirlwind. He has Whirlwind Registeel, brilliant idea. Yes. So he has Thunder Wave instead of Whirlwind, and no, he has Thunder Wave instead of Toxic. What the hell am I saying? So he goes out to a Kingdra, and I see the Kingdra, so I know he has a fucking Kyogre on the team, and then guess what? He has the Kyogre. So there it is. And since it's not at full health and I have the Light Screen, well, it just wore off. I know that thing can't hurt me, but I see the leftovers, so I'm like, that's a Calm Minding Kyogre, obviously. Unless people decide to run leftovers with Choice Specs. Do people do that? I have no idea. So his Hydro Pump misses while I set up another Light Screen, and he gets up his Hydro Pump. And in the rain, with Kyogre's awesome special attack, it does a decent chunk, even with the Light Screen up. That's great for him, and I Whirlwind him out to his Darkrai, and I know he's going to be faster because we're both paralyzed, and he's just faster, even though, yeah, and Dark Pulse doesn't do much. I get paralyzed, so he hasn't gotten paralyzed once, but I get paralyzed on the one turn that it matters, and then like he gets paralyzed, and I'm like, lol, 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 and I get up a Roost, and I'm like lolling more. So I'm almost back up to full, rain's falling, Darkrai's out, he's paralyzed, I'm paralyzed, we're all paralyzed, and then he gets a Dark Pulse. And it's still not doing much because I have the Light Screen up, and I flinch. I'm like, fuck! Flinch! And now my light screen wears off, and he Dark Pulses again. I'm pretty sure I can live it. And I do live it with 8, and I get up a roost. But I get paralyzed, so I kinda don't. So I'm gonna die to anything, even if it's like a close combat, or like, yeah. And he sends it this thing. I'm like, why? Why? Because I'm faster even if we're both paralyzed. But he has Shadow Sneak, so I'm like, fuck. And it dies. So now I go back out into Petunia, and he withdraws and goes out into Dragoon. So I'm like, okay. So I set up a sub, and if my Seed Flare misses this turn, I'm royally fucked. Because that thing's going to be able to sweep my team, pretty much, now that Lugia is gone. And even with Lugia, that whatever water attack move he has, it's going to do a lot to Lugia. And thankfully it hits, and it takes it down easily. So Shaman Skyformer is out there looking good, and he goes out to his Mewtwo. And I know that thing is faster, and I know that thing is Ice Beam, and I know it wants to Ice Beam, so I go out into my own Mewtwo, because again, it can't hit it super effectively. And then Ice Beam does a lot! It does so much! I'm like, God, it's a 2-hit KO, and then I win the speed tie, I Ice Beam, and it takes him out. So maybe that wasn't a speed tie, maybe he was just running 393 speed on that thing, because HP Fire, even though it gets Fire Blast, just kind of fail, and he goes out into his Kyogre. So I set up a Calm Mind, and he uses Hydro Pump, he hits, and it still does a lot of damage. It does a lot, but thankfully I don't live. No, not thankfully, but I do it. Blabbering on again. So I die, I send out my Giratina Origin Form, and I Draco Meteor it, and it takes it down to not even red. And it didn't do a lot in the long run, or even in the short run it didn't do much, because that Kyogre is a fucking monster, and I know it's weaker physical defense, so I go for the Outrage. I don't care about the Registeel, because I know the Registeel can't do much to me, and Outrage will kill it. Goes after Registeel, I have to Outrage again, and it does a decent amount of damage, I guess, considering it has a resist. It does a pretty good amount. And he sets a Thunder Wave, which I really don't care about right now. And he's around half. I get confused. I'm going to switch out and go out to Samus again, just as Death Fodder pretty much, or to see what it's going to do. In case he had Ice Punch, which, if it had Ice Punch I would have been fucked. Or if not, I would have still been fucked. Maybe not. And I'm asleep, he's Seismic Tossing. I know that he can't win this Stall War, because I have Recover, and I really want to get up my 3 Laser Spikes. I'm asleep for the first turn, I'm asleep for the second turn, he keeps Seismic Tossing, and I'm at 96. Flip that upside down, and it's... No, 96 upside down is still 96. Duh. So I'm asleep again! I'm again asleep, and I live with 15. I'm like, come on, wake up, come on. And we both get leftovers, I'm like, come on, please. I'm like, still asleep, fucking sleepy Samus. Ugh. So apparently Samus is like, Metroid dies. I wanted my spikes up, but who cares? And I go out to Petunia because I'm pretty sure that thing doesn't have Ice Punch, and I'm going to see if it wants a Thunder Wave. And it Seismic Tosses, which is bad for me. And I see that I have enough to live with another Seismic Toss after the leftovers. And I also see that he's not going to Thunder Wave because he knows I have Substitute. So I'm going to set up a Leech Seed, and I'm at such low HP, Seismic Toss will bring me down to 12. And then I'm at 12, and I want to flinch it, because if I can flinch it, I can successfully start sub-Leech Seeding that thing. Stalling. Which is great for me, because that thing is an annoying fuckhead, and I can't deal with it any other way. So I need to flinch here, but I don't. I get Seismic Tossed in the face, and I die. So, stupid Shaman dies, because even though Shaman is built to get hacks, it doesn't get it when I really need it. So I see it can't do much to me. He Thunder Waves, I get paralyzed, because I already am paralyzed, but I get fully paralyzed, and his Thunder Wave doesn't do much. Brilliant conclusion from Dr. Alex here. Brilliant. I deserve a Nobel Prize for that. So, he was out to Gojiro on my Hidden Power Fire, so I don't, even if it's in the rain, I don't give a damn as long as it's super effective damage. And I know an Outrage will be able to take that thing out. I outspeed because I'm max speed, he's a wall, and that Outrage will KO with the Dragon Ball Z thing that I have that boosts the power of Dragon and Ghost moves. So he goes out to Registeel, and he can't do much to me. Well, he can't do anything to me, and I would eventually won that because all he has is like Explosion and Earthquake, Thunderwave, and Stealth Rock. So great game, ForeverNeos, and see all you guys later. So check out the Federation channel, hit that yellow button there, and check out my channel, hit that link there, and then hit that yellow button if you already aren't subscribed to me, because I love subscribers, and I also love comments, so leave your comments here, and I'll see all you guys later. Mud out. Bye-bye. Skittles, say bye. Bye-bye.